The Cajuns took a road trip to face the Jaguars of South Alabama for their second Sun Belt Conference series of the season. The highly anticipated return of Cajun ace Chase Morgan set the weekend off on the right foot.
That one's a called strike three. That left hand goes in the air. A nice fist pump for Chase Morgan. The bouncer over Morrison's head. Here's a fair ball. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. And Owen Galt, a 2 RBI double. And the Cajuns have upped the lead to 3-0. And he drills that one to right center field. That one going back off the wall. 1 run will score. Here comes the second. Amadei, 2 RBI stand-up double.
Around that time of the year, we had to talk with Coach Deggs about just learning how to play easy. We're getting to a point where a lot of guys were tense and playing that way, but we really started trying to play a little easier, and I mean, it really helped me a lot too, because sometimes I can try to do too much, but I was just trying to stay balanced and easy, and it really just helped me stay on time, and I was able to get good pitches, and I had a hold of them.
Hits that one a ton again, left center field. And that is gone too. Another home run by Connor Higgs. His second of the day, his 9th of the year.
Well, yeah, I was out for 2 or 3 weeks, and just coming back, felt good, felt at home, felt good on the mound. Arm felt good, velo was back. So, yeah, I'm glad to be back.
The Cajuns then traveled to the other side of the Atchafalaya Basin to face the nationally ranked Tigers of LSU. Despite plenty of hits, the Cajuns fell short and returned home to prepare for the next conference opponent, James Madison. Chase Morgan getting the start. First time he has pitched here at the Teague since way back on February 21st. And this one's lined to left center field pretty deep. Higgs is rounding second. He's headed for third, and he'll be in there standing up. One pitch, line shot that'll get into right field. 1 run is in. Here comes the second run. The throw's cut off. They'll throw to third, not in time. Uh-oh. The lights just went out. One-two pitch, and that cuts the play. 4th strikeout out of 10 batters for Tillett. This one's lined to left field. This is going to get down for a base hit. They will send the runner as Galt rounds third. The throw's cut off. Cool with the 1-1. This is laced to left center field. This is hit pretty good. Going after it, and nobody is going to catch up with it. Put a dime in the jukebox for Connor Higgs.
So James Madison, that was a special day. Saturday night, the day before, we're playing at midnight or past midnight. The lights go out. We ended up getting that win, but we're there till all hours of the night. And I can't lie, going into that day, going into that start, had a lot of anxiety because, you know, you're not on your normal routine, didn't get the sleep you want. But what I learned from that is you can't let a routine or anything like that affect your ability to compete. And so learned a lot that day, taking 1 pitch at a time, 1 inning at a time. Coach Deggs really worked with me on having no finish line, and before every start he still tells me, have no finish line, and you're just making 1 pitch at a time.
Following the sweep of the Dukes, the Water Hose boys played a back-and-forth game against Northwestern State, a game where young players stepped up in big ways. Wednesday night showdown with Louisiana Tech was too much for the Cajuns, but they quickly set their sights on a weekend series against Texas State.
Sky to center field, going pretty deep. And did he catch that? Carson Hepworth with an unbelievable catch in center field. 2-pitch, this is line to left field, this is deep. It is gone! Put a dime in the jukebox for Carson Hepworth. His first home run of the year.
After an emotional Friday night victory over the Bobcats, the Cajuns dropped contests on Saturday and Sunday that marked the beginning of a 4-game skid.
For me, I really try to stay the same person every day, regardless of how I'm feeling. And what that entails is being a positive guy that can make other guys laugh, kind of loosen up guys a little bit. And I feel like that's important because sometimes when things aren't going right for some guys, and you can tend to get tense and tight, and that can affect your play. But no, I really try to be a positive light because I've been through ups and downs in my own personal life before, and just being able to loosen up a little bit can really help out. And knowing that you're not going through it alone really helps as well.
Dropping 2 midweek games against UT Rio Grande Valley and Louisiana Tech, the Cajuns headed to Monroe with hopes of getting back into the win column. But after winning the Friday night opener, the Cajuns once again dropped the final 2 contests against the Warhawks.
Yeah, well, from going from last year winning, 17, 18, 19 in a row, then to this year having a lot of new faces. I mean, we're a young team. It's losing is going to happen to a young team, but I feel like our morale is still up. I mean, we're confident going into this final stretch and then going into the tournament. I think I see us making a long run in the tournament, even winning it, and then you never know what happens from there.
Turning the page after a tough few weeks, Coach Matt Deggs and company hopped on a plane to Norfolk, Virginia to take on Old Dominion with a strong desire to get back into the win column and get back to playing packed baseball once again.
And the Ragin' Cajuns are on top in this 3-game Sun Belt Conference Series, 1-0. And that's strike 3. Stallings goes down on 3 pitches. Swinging a bouncer. Base hit to left field. In comes the go-ahead run for Louisiana. Collins in there and a clutch base hit from Drew Markle. And it's 6-5, Ragin' Cajuns in the 10th. Swing and a base shot to the shortstop side. And the throw in time. What a play there by Owen Galt to get the speedy Kyle Edwards at first. I thought there was no chance he'd get there. But get there he did, and that'll do it for this ball game. Swinging a bouncer, that's a base hit to left field. 1 run is in, 2 runs are in, and the comeback is on for Louisiana. Nobody out here in the 7th, and it's now 5-3 Old Dominion.
Now that is hit high and deep to left field. Aiken is going to watch it go. A solo shot for Jose Torres, and has cracked the scoreboard for the Ragin' Cajuns. Nasty pitch freezes Stallings, and there's 2 down as strikeout number 7 is put on the board. Bunt is dropped down on the squeeze. It is going to work to perfection. They have to go to first. They got the first run. A second run is in. A 2-run squeeze. You could not have executed that any better. 1-0 count. Ground ball to third. Picked up by Amade to throw casually over to first. And that will do it.
Returning home with a series win, the Cajuns stayed hot with a midweek victory over Nichols and quickly turned their attention to the visiting Eagles of Georgia Southern.
Higgs going back. He is still going back.
And he makes the catch at the wall. 2-2 from Morgan. Swung at and missed. The 0-1 to Galt. This is into the center field, coming on and not able to get there is Tate, and the ball gets by. That'll score a run, and now the ball gets away from the right fielder Hobb. Throw to third is not going to be in time. This one's lined to right field, hit pretty hard. If that's going to get over the head of the right fielder, Ham. He misjudged it, and that's going to score a run. Marco will score. Fastball is in for call strike 3. 3 straight strikeouts for Andrew Herman. This one's lined into right field. This is going to get down for a base hit. This is going to be extra bases. The way Mandino runs, he is going to hold up at second base. Runner goes. This is hit deep to center field. Higgs is going to score easily. Dell's going to hold up at second base with an RBI double. This is a shot to right field. This is pretty deep. Hobbs is going back. Put a dime in the jukebox for Connor Higgs. That's home run number 14 on the year. Just like that, it's 7-1. The series win over Georgia Southern was extra special as the Cajuns hosted Alumni Weekend at the Teague. Members of the 1985 Raging Cajun team, as well as the famed 2000 College World Series team, were honored pre-game before the middle contest of that series. That 2000 season set the gold standard for the Louisiana baseball program and put the program and the university into the national spotlight.
Coming off a year where we fell short to get to Omaha, so we're really fired up and had a fire lit in the locker room and the chemistry of the team to try and get back and have that chance to get back to Super Regionals for an opportunity to redeem ourselves from a year we just came up short. So the common goal was already set before we even stepped in the locker room for 2000. That goal was set in 99. So we all had one ambition on the off seasons to get back in there and get after it.
Where we were as a team, we had a lot of guys returning from that 99 season. And it was common bond where it's just like we all knew what our goal was. It wasn't even something that we talked about a whole lot. It was just like we knew where we were, what we wanted as a team, and who we had. And so it was just a common focus on like, this is it, this is what we're going to go after.
You knew when Coach Robe would walk in, you knew the presence and you knew what he wanted and what he demanded. And he just brought a real class and a feel for, preparation, knowing the game. And I mean, he'd get you ready. I know we'd have motivational speeches. I mean, a magician would come in or something and just blow our mind and, understand that, hey, anything can happen and anybody can win, especially in baseball.
So all of us were JUCO transfers, really. So it was kind of like just a bunch of 22, 23-year-old guys, plus Gordon O'Brien was like 40, that all just kind of, we had nothing to lose, no expectations coming in, just get after it, and let's just finish our careers up and have fun.
The coaching staff didn't have to do a lot of policing themselves. It was the players that handled that. Had great leadership. They led by example, and the guys that came in followed that example, followed that leadership, and that was the reason why I believe they were successful.
So, the benefit of where we were at that point in time is we had to face Rice the year before, and they were the #1 team in the country. So we were kind of put in the same spot as we were last year on the road, facing the #1 team against good pitchers. But I think of just a lot of it was just the belief in what we had in ourselves. And so after we dropped game 1 to South Carolina, we didn't have the best hitting performance. And I remember just ending that game and riding back in the bus, and we get back to the hotel, and you can just hear everybody saying, look, we took game 1 last year and then lost 2 and 3. I said there's no reason why if we lose game 1 we can't take 2 and 3 from them. And so it's just that that experience that we had from the year before that we were able to use to make it through.
To me, probably the greatest feeling was in South Carolina when that final out was made and Robe turned to the coaching staff and said, hey, what do y'all say we go to Omaha? And we got together as a coaching staff, and all we did was watch the guys, dogpile, and that was one of the greatest feelings I've ever had in my professional career.
We kind of switched gears where, I was always the Friday night guy until we got to playoffs, and we kind of juggled some things around based on matchups, and we were all fine with that because, again, our goal was to get to Omaha. It wasn't to win a Friday night. It wasn't to win a Saturday game. It was to win the whole thing. And to do that, we matched up best. That's where the coaches made the decision to kind of juggle that rotation around, and the rest was history.
Fans are the backbone and just really enjoyed and love the culture. The fans come out, they cheer you on, win or lose. We won a lot, so they were always around. The cooking club, they just really pushed us, and I think that year we lost 3 games at home, and they were all the last games of the year, but we could beat anybody at home because we had great turnouts. And then they traveled with us. In '99, they came to Houston for our regionals, our super regionals. They would come back, and anywhere we went to South Carolina. There was 2 buses going up there and people flying. They would beat us there, and they were what helped us get to where we were going too. Gave us a lot.
Yeah, so you ride on the bus and you're coming up to Rosenblatt Stadium, and you can just hear the quietness on the bus, just the awe that everybody has for the place. Because I've never been there. I don't know if a lot of the players or if any of them have actually been there at that time, and so to see it in person was it's almost like going into a cathedral like for the first time, and you're just like in awe of what it looks like. And so because you see it on TV so much, and you hear the sounds of the balls coming off the bat, and you just want to be a part of that.
Your time here at UL, kind of how'd that shape you as a baseball player and just as a man that set you off into the adult world?
You asked the question that you don't have enough time for. And I think if you ask the rest of these guys in this room that same question, again, you don't have enough footage to know what this program meant at that time with that coaching staff and with Coach Robichaux, what they've done for us as people, more so than us as athletes, as men, and now men with families and grown-up kids, and taking everything you've learned from the defeat and getting your teeth kicked in every once in a while, what like life will do to you. All those lessons were learned in a quick time, a short window of 4 years here. Man, you can go on and on, but a true testament to the program back in those days.
So I was here 1 year, but I also was a grad assistant for 2 more seasons after that. So I got to know the program, and I got to know, namely, Tony Robichaux from not only as a player perspective, but changing clothes, talking about pregame, postgame in the coach's locker room versus the player's locker room. I got to see both sides of that and the man from both angles. Even though it wasn't, even though I haven't been amazing, I've done my best, and he's always been somebody that I've referred back to. What would he think? What would he do? What would he advise me to do in certain situations? Robes was someone that really taught us a lot of values, aside from what our parents taught us growing up, which as you make your way through college, you tend to forget about that stuff your parents taught you. So it was nice having somebody kind of reiterate what what principles you were brought up on leading into college.
It was amazing, to just the way he handled himself, the way he handled his coaching staff, the way he handled the players, the way he handled the media, the way he handled the public. What he did was amazing, from raising money to trying to get a team, a group of players from all different backgrounds to come together for one common goal. And again, he had help from his coaching staff, Wade Semino, Anthony Babineau, Coach Gonzalez. It was all those guys and their personalities that helped the team, and it helped them, get to where they wanted to go.
As you get here, you start to realize how you can grow as a player and as a person, and that's kind of what Robe kind of instilled in us is we want to be a good baseball player, but we want to be a good person too. And I was looking forward to being a husband, a dad, and other things too. Baseball was a lot, but it really helped us, helped me grow as a person, and it's continue every day. And I'm thankful to be able to think about the 2000 team and be able to talk to them and know that it was a fun ride together with them.